Hey everybody, welcome to the first episode of Irving's Book Reviews. What we're going to do on this show is we're going to read books together and we're going to go ahead and review them. For the very first episode, we got Jim Rohn's 7 Strategies for Wealth and Happiness. This is a great book. It's by the master himself, Jim Rohn. If you don't know who Jim Rohn is, go ahead, give him a Google. Just look up some videos about him. When it comes to business or just living a better life, Jim Rohn is awesome. Go ahead, check out this book. Link is in the description. So what was my motivation to start reading this book? I don't know about you, but I personally like to go ahead and always have strategies, always have plans, and look for anything to make my life better and just leave a great positive legacy. A lot of us have negative thoughts in our minds, and this book really helps to take some common arguments, break them down, and just see like the fallacies in them, the negative attitude towards them, and how you can push through that and make positive changes in your life today. So here's the main question that I'm posing to you that's answered in this book. How can you live a life that is successful in all facets? So let's get into it. So number 1, what is wealth? Wealth comes from the conversion of effort and enterprise into currency and equity. Now there's a lot of negative stigma with wealth. You hear about politicians today talking about the top 1%ers, but let's not get twisted in definitions. Like, what is wealth and how can it help you? Now, you don't need millions of dollars to be wealthy. You can make $75,000 a year and be wealthy in America, and probably in most of the West. So with that definition in mind, today you can start just getting the negative thoughts out of your head about money and how it can help you. Dan Locke said something that's great, makes perfect sense. Money is like air. When you're breathing normally, there's no problems. You don't even think about breathing. Breathing just happens naturally. But when you're drowning, the only thing you have on your mind is getting that one breath. The same thing comes with money. So the day you become wealthy is the day you no longer think about money. So we're gonna get you there, and this book right here has plenty of strategies for you to be wealthy and have a happier life. So next part, what is discipline? Discipline is the bridge between thought and accomplishment, the glue that binds inspiration to achievement, the magic that turns financial necessity into the creation of an inspired work of art. So again, with wealth, here's the very next part, discipline. You can't be undisciplined and be wealthy. You don't get to be a billionaire but being undisciplined and just stuff magically happens to you. That's not how this stuff works. In all things, we need to be disciplined. We need to be disciplined in our finances, in our lives, and in our thoughts. Instead of sitting around watching Netflix all day or just being on social media and doing nothing, like what can you do today? Just small little things to start being disciplined. Maybe don't buy Monsters every time you feel tired. Just make a cup of coffee. That's gonna cost you a couple cents as opposed to $3 every single time. It's little stuff like that that's gonna start compounding and making you more successful today. So discipline, you gotta get it. Next part, what is success? Success follows exactly the same pattern in reverse. If you plan to make 10 calls and you go beyond your quota to 15, you're already ahead by 5 calls. If you don't have a plan set aside in your mind, written down on a calendar, on your phone, in notes, something, if you don't have some sort of plan, you're not going to be successful at hitting your target because you don't know what your target is. Zig Ziglar said that if you aim at nothing, you'll hit it every time. So if you want to be successful, you need to ask yourself these 2 questions. What do I want to accomplish in my life? What changes do I need to make in order to attain my goals? Again, to my second point, what is discipline? If you want to be successful, you need to be disciplined. With discipline and success, you need to have goals. You need to have your goals written down. So we're gonna go ahead and check out the 4 motivators that are gonna make you achieve your goals and be successful. The first one is recognition. Recognition is gonna be awards, even just a pat on your back from your manager. Everybody, especially now more than ever, just needs a little encouragement. Even Jordan Peterson says that just a little bit of encouragement goes a long way. And it's just so sad to see how people just go straight for the negative, ready to insult, ready to snap back. Instead, let's just be nice. Let's encourage one another. The second great motivator is going to be a feeling of winning. A lot of people make a lot of money, but guess what? They're not motivated by that money. It's nice to have. Yeah, they get to have the cars or whatever it is that they want. But some people generally just like winning. They like having people that are losers or putting them down or whatever. But at the end of the day, they like meeting their sales goals. They like being number one. It's just something that they like having and feeling, and it works great for them. It may be kind of detrimental because some of those people may seem like jerks or anything like that. The third great motivator is one of my personal favorites. It's going to be family. I have a family. I have 3 kids. I have a wife. I love them dearly, and everything I do is for them. It's one of the reasons I started this book review series. For me, everything I do is for them. I want to push to be better. I want to take care of them and their future. Because ultimately, me as a father, it's my responsibility to ensure that my family is taken care of. That is the third great motivator. And lastly, the fourth great motivator is benevolence. A lot of people like to be successful so that they can help other people. They can go ahead, be charitable, help the homeless, feed the homeless. You know, they just like to help people. Look at Justin Wren, you know. He's a big-time UFC fighter. He gave it all up, and for what? To go build wells in the Congo. You're gonna have people like that. Benevolence. Trust me, as somebody that is a giver, I enjoy giving, helping other people. You're gonna feel great just going ahead and just giving all your time, being benevolent, and just helping others. And those are the 4 great motivators that are going to help you achieve your goals. One of the things that I learned in this book is how to set proper goals. Now, there's 2 kinds of goals. There's long-term goals. That's going to be your 2 to 10 years, maybe even further than that. But we're going to try and keep it below 10 years. And then you're going to have your short-term goals. That's going to be your daily, weekly, monthly, maybe even a year out. So we're going to look at these goal setting ideas, and we're going to move forward and try to make proper goals. So if you want to have proper goals and write them out, you're going to have to ask yourself a couple of questions. And here are the questions from the book. What do I want to do? What do I want to be? What do I want to see? What do I want to have? Where do I want to go? And what would I like to share? Now, these are 6 great questions to think about when you're writing out your goals. Is there a particular car that you've always wanted? One of my personal favorite Instagram influencers is going to be LeJuan James. He just got his dream car after years of putting in the work. He went out, got the car of his dreams, and it's just something that he's wanted, and he went out and got it. If you have things like that, you know, for me personally, I want a specific motorcycle. I want a Ducati Panigale, particularly. I love the white one. That's something that I want. So think about that. What do you want? Where do you want to go? What do you want to see? I want to go to Ireland with my wife. I want to take my kids to go see the world. All that stuff takes money. All that stuff takes planning. All that type of stuff takes time. By sitting down by yourself or even with your spouse, sit down, think of goals. Set these goals, both short-term and long-term goals. Another way to be successful in these goals is to be as detailed as possible. Don't have vague goals. Don't say I'm going to lose weight. Say I'm going to lose 50 pounds this year. Okay, so how many weeks are there in a year? So if you want to lose 50 pounds in a year, there's 52 weeks. So you need to lose roughly a pound a week, every week for that whole year. Well, that's not that difficult. You know, that's just cutting off, you can just cut off 1 coffee a day or cut out sugar completely, and you're gonna meet your goals. And you can weigh yourself weekly and you can see, oh man, I met my goal this week. Now, we're gonna go back to what motivates us to actually accomplish our goals. Sometimes the end goal that we have first in mind may not get us there, may not push us enough, may not motivate us enough. So we really gotta figure out the why as to why we want to go ahead and set this goal. So for me, if I were to lose weight, I want to live a longer, healthier life for my kids so I can be there, so I can be at their weddings, their graduations, and then, you know, all that stuff, you know, I have to train now. I have to go on my walks, my running, my exercising routine. Yeah, am I gonna look better, feel better? Yeah. But at the end of the day, the important thing is that family aspect of it. I want to live a longer, healthier life so I can spend as much time with them as possible. Now, a short-term goal, as defined in the book, are those that take anywhere from a day to a year to achieve, which in the book, these are actually called confidence builders. You'll actually even see this in other places, such as in Financial Peace University by Dave Ramsey. When you're in step 2, the snowball effect, you're canceling out those smaller debts. For what reason? To get that little boost, that confidence. Even in the book, Man Up, it talks about tackling, 3 things in the beginning of the morning when you first wake up. Why? To get that confidence boost. So your short-term goals, that's what these are. They're confidence boosters. At the end of the day, with making goals, there's 2 things that you want to do. Other than writing down your goals, making them detailed, enjoy your victories. But also remember that if you don't achieve your certain goal, you need to make it as painful as possible. So go ahead, make a $500 bet with your friend that you're gonna lose that weight. Or go ahead, post it on social media that you're gonna do a certain thing, or you're gonna do something like jump out of an airplane and you're terrified of heights. Like, figure out ways to motivate yourself fully to achieve these things. Remember, enjoy your victories, but make losing painful. One of the things that really sets people back a lot is when they start feeling like what they do doesn't matter, like their life doesn't matter, and all of us want to feel successful, and success means something different for all of us. So really figure out what that means for you. So if you want to be successful, you need to study success. If you want to be happy, you need to study happiness. If you want to make money, study the acquisition of wealth. So the big thing is, and you'll hear it from every single motivational speaker, from Tony Robbins, Gary Vee, whatever, you need to read. Warren Buffett reads, Elon Musk reads, everybody reads. So if you want to be successful, happy, have money, whatever it is, you need to study those things. Hang around people that are like that. So whatever it is, the thing that you want to be, study that thing. As a designer, the things that I study is design. Another great thing that I learned from this book is just dealing with wisdom. And in the book, there are 2 ways to gain wisdom. Personal reflection, which is you learn the skill of reflection, which is the act of pondering life events with the intent of learning from them. At the end of the day, take a few moments to review the happenings of the day, where you went, what you did, what you said. Ponder what worked and what didn't. When you reflect on your day, every day, it really helps with all of that. It helps with your wisdom. And then another great way to gain wisdom, to learn from others. Gain knowledge is vicariously through other people's experiences. And you can learn from other people's successes as well as from their failures. So go ahead, find people and learn from them. They don't even need to be alive. Find whatever it is that you want to be successful at. If you want to be a great painter, study the great painters. Like, study their beginnings and try and gain as much knowledge from their failures, from their successes, like how they made money, how they positioned themselves to be in galleries. It might not be the same today. You're gonna need to learn how to do Instagram marketing or any of these things, but by having that solid foundation and the same thing that they did, it's really just going to help you, benefit you, and you'll learn something. The old school techniques, they still work today. Just because it's 2019, 2020, whatever it is, go ahead. Got to go out there and kill it. You got to learn. Just dive deep in whatever it is that you're trying to be successful at. Another great thing that I learned is that all leaders are readers. All the successful people with whom I've had contact are good readers. They read. It's their curiosity that drives them to read. They simply have to know. And that's an excerpt from the book. I personally enjoy reading. I didn't enjoy reading when I was a kid, but it's something different when you're forced to read something that you have zero interest in, like Shakespeare or anything like that. Me personally, I didn't like that. I'm not a huge fan of literature, but when it comes to books like this, I really enjoy it, and I enjoyed just eating the information and just synthesizing it. The next thing we're gonna go over is personal development. And there are 3 areas that we all need to grow, that we all need to develop ourselves in. That's going to be your spiritual side, your physical side, and your mental side. For spiritual development, that can be your relationship with God, Vishnu, whatever it is, even the flying spaghetti monster. Just take time, set it aside every day to do something that's outside of yourself. Realize that you're not like this singularly unique thing that just stuff happens to. Like you're in this vast universe and that you can grow closer to the fabric that is bigger than all of us. Physical development. Get out there and exercise. Do something, anything. I don't care if it's Pilates, walking, yoga, CrossFit, bodybuilding. Do something. Go out there and try and do 100 push-ups a day, 100 burpees a day, whatever. Just try anything. Just get out there and just try and build up a healthier lifestyle, just physically. You're gonna feel better, you're gonna start looking better, and really, like, it's been proven time and time and again that working out just makes you happier and it makes you feel like more fulfilled. And the last thing is mental. Grow, just use your brain. I hate saying this to some people, but some people literally just never use their brains. They don't think, and you can see that when you start asking people questions, or even you try and have them ask you questions. Like, a lot of people just don't think, and that comes, you gotta read. You know, if you're gonna be watching YouTube videos, try and learn something. If you're a chef and you're in a rut, try and learn something that's out of your realm. Pick up the piano, pick up drawing. Just sit down and watch a class on watercolors on Skillshare. Just do anything that just gets you thinking, gets you out of your comfort zone. It's gonna help you out a lot. It'll work, I'm telling you. Try it. The book also gave me great resources on money and just changing your attitude about it. If you ever go to a place and you say something like this, man, everything in this store is just so expensive. Change your mindset. The problem is that those things aren't expensive, you just can't afford them. That's not the same thing. Change your mindset on things. Even if you need to save, or just tell yourself that I'm going to figure out how to pay for this. Little things like that really gets the juices going. Don't just shut your brain off and tell yourself that you can't have something. Don't do that. It's gonna give you negative emotions when it comes to money, and this book really hammers down on things. Just grow in your positive attitude towards money and building wealth. And lastly, don't start your day, week, month without finishing it first. And what do I mean? Planning. Go ahead in your journal, plan the things that you're gonna get done today, plan the things you're gonna get done with the week, plan the things that you're gonna get done with the month, and ultimately plan the things that you're going to get done with your year. The top 3 insights that I have on this book are how to make progress, how to actually get started, and changing your mindset when it comes to different areas of your life. Overall, 7 strategies for wealth and happiness by Jim Rohn. I go ahead and I give it a 7 out of 10. It's a great book. There's little areas where I feel like it really could have been condensed, some things that could have been polished, and some ideas just really just fleshed out and gone a little more minimal. But ultimately, 7 out of 10. Great book. Pick it up today. I'll drop the Amazon link below. I'll give you all the great resources on what I got from this book and everything else. Thank you so much for tuning into the first episode. I hope you enjoyed it. What's the next book that you think I should try out? I'm going to try and post these on the first of every month. That gives me a month to read every book. Comment below what you think I should read next, what you think I should do a review on. Let me know. Let's get a conversation started. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on LinkedIn, and as always, have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.